create this project and be able to see how this might be able to help people in the mission field. I don't know, me personally, I think that's a great experience, and it's really neat that we've all been able to do that.
I guess at this time, we'll just open it up for any questions you might have, whether they be technical or non-technical. So.
Somebody's got to have something. Adam, I can ask a question.
Yeah, question came to my mind when you talked about the phone, Matt. What other things do you consider as far as usage goes? And then what if also the cell phone service is not available? Or, I mean, you're going to be using it probably somewhere where cell phone service isn't.
Right. Those are all things that we had to.
Could you repeat the question so World Vision can hear?
Oh, sure. The question was, the phone itself, what other factors went into choosing that phone, and then what do we do if we don't have cell phone service?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, the cell phone service, that's why we had to go with an SMS messaging. Is it something that can queue up the information, then send it when there's service available? There's an option that we coded in that says, we can send all unsent messages. So that's something, if there happens to be one particular hill, 6 square feet that you got to stand in and face north or something, then you'll be able to send that information. That was one of the problems with some of the other technologies that's requiring a data connection that we couldn't guarantee that we'd have, especially in Africa. We were looking at this. The other part, for the phone, phones been used before, and it's also there's been solar battery chargers made for the phone. I don't think they're really commercial, but it's enough that we know that we can have some sort of solar charging capability. So that also will change.
Hey, Adam, I don't know if any of you have questions over at World Vision, but you guys can feel free to ask questions as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Tell me a little bit about your learnings with band again. What did you learn there, and what did you learn there?
Can you repeat the question?
You mentioned that in one of the prior slides you had some lessons learned around the AMP development process. What were those learnings?
Okay, so basically Ant Build was just a way to quickly package our all the code into one specific file. And what happens is, for a phone to be able to run it needs to be a Java-enabled phone first of all. And so then what we do is we build all the code, and then it compresses it and puts it into a J file, and that file is able to be read by the phone. So we're able to use Nokia's transfer suite, and then be able to transfer that application, and that installs itself onto the phone. So it's just a nice way to package basically all the code and all the projects.
Very cool. So how does the phone find the application? Is it listed as a website?
Well, actually, can we? Well, I think we could probably set this
Or
up.
are you pushing the application?
Basically, you can go into the menu, and then there's an applications specific folder, and in that folder you can choose different applications. A lot of times phones come preloaded with games and that sort of thing, but that's where you'll find our application. I believe they're trying to pull that up now, so we can actually show it to you. Let's maybe zoom in a little bit. Okay, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this over there, but basically Joy's on the main menu right now, and then he's going to go, okay, you can speak.
Yes, as I just go from the main menu, and I select applications, and we have the applications that came with the phone, so we just have games and collections, and then we actually named our survey called WV Survey, so it was easy to find. And from there, we just open this up, and here we are on the main menu, and you can see we have the home visitor registration form, OVC page 1 and page 2, visitors monthly report, as well as the end of home visit record. So,
How do you distribute the application to the various phones? If we have 1,000 people with phones out there, how would you recommend we distribute the application to them?
That's one of the things that we're going to actually try to look into maybe this summer a little bit more, for a little bit more of like a distributed system like that. I know that there is ways to send binary text messages, which might be able to install the application, but for now, I think we're just gonna, for the proof of concept at least, we're gonna look into just being able to load it through our PCs. Like for this application, we loaded it via Bluetooth, but obviously down the road, we will need to look into other solutions for like a mass, putting that software on.
Question for
And Jane
Adam.
has a question, is it possible for the field staff to change the language of the forms?
That's another thing that we're going to look into the future. I mean, obviously, not all of them are going to know English. So in the future, actually, there is a way through Java Rosa to be able to select a language. And so in the future, we'll try to implement that.
How many phones does he think you're going to be replicating this on?
Adam, one of the people on our presentation, or they have a question for you. How many phones are going to be running this application? Do you have an estimate, possibly?
Well, the leader from Zambia,
Yeah.
Dr. Che, is on the phone today. Maybe she can answer that question. Jane,
Our team is going to Zambia this summer with World Vision to field trial the application, so I didn't realize Dr. Cheng was on the phone.
Jane, what do you have, like 20,000 volunteers across Africa?
Actually, have very many volunteers across Africa. The only challenge is that I don't think all of them can actually use the system. One, because it's not all the areas where we can get wireless. So, but in short, we are talking about approximately 10,000 volunteers to be able to use the system.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's been 10,000 folks, so.
Another thing that we're also looking into is for if multiple field workers might be able to share phones. We're not sure if that's going to be a possibility, but if that is, then we're looking into different workers be able to log in to the phone and not be able to display their own list of children that they look after. So that's just another option that we are looking into as well.
Team, this is great work. There's a couple of other questions. If we need to add forms or change the forms on the phone, so let's say we've issued this to 5,000 workers, we now discover there's another critical piece of information that a donor or a foundation or one of our ministry experts would like to capture and change the forms. You loaded these original forms up using Bluetooth to the phone. In the future, is this one of the goals of our pilot in the field, is to be able to dynamically update the application on the phone?
That's definitely a goal. We're not sure how we would implement that at this point. Right now, we kind of just figured out how to put it on the phone, and so